All right, I think we're good. Yep, we're good there. What about here? All right, we're looking good. Cool. All right, what's going on, everybody? King Solomon here, as usual. Today, I'm going to be talking about some stuff. Today is my talking streams. What's up, Cookie Cat? Welcome on into the stream. Appreciate you being here. But today, more specifically, I wanted to talk about For Honor. I'm still doing my tier list, kind of stuff. I'm still very much into making tier lists right now since I, have never been able to do that for my own content. So, am I late? Obviously, that's fine. So today, I will be ranking For Honor heroes with all of the heroes currently in the game right now, including Virtuosa. There she is right here. I do want to mention before we start really getting into this list, this is, of course, purely my opinion. This is not about, which heroes are meta, which heroes are the best, which heroes need to be buffed, which heroes need to be nerfed. This is not that type of list. This is purely just what my feelings are on the heroes and nothing more. And I know that sounds really broad and non-specific in terms of criteria, which again, it's my list. Doesn't need to be that way, but So I guess I should probably mention seriousness. Explain what meta means. So what the meta of a game is like what is like the best possible thing that you can do. So like in Call of Duty, it's what's called meta weapons. So it's like these weapons are like the best weapons, and these are the best attachments you could put on the weapons to get like the most success out of the game. That's what the meta is. So it's like it's basically we don't care about your opinion. Yeah, I know. That's fine. And you know what, guys? Here's another thing I'm going to say. This is maybe a topic for another day, but, of course, everyone should have their own opinion and stuff. And with that being said, it's okay to be okay with having your own opinion and other people having their own opinion. That's totally okay. I know a lot of people were saying on my my YouTube short about Transit, talking trash on Transit. A lot of people were going into the comment section defending it. That's A-okay. People can love different things than I do. And they should. They should. So, that's what it's all about. That's what entertainment's all about, is like what you like. And yeah, what you like shouldn't be dictated by other people. You know what I mean? So if people like Transit, that's amazing. Keep loving Transit. I just hate it a lot. Mr. Woke, yep, that is my name. But yeah, so this For Honor tier list is not based on like what are the best heroes in the game, what are the worst heroes in the game. This is solely just based off of like how much I like the characters and stuff, like whether that be fighting against them, playing as them, just my personal opinion, my personal takes on all of these heroes. So let's switch back to this. So we'll just go in the order. Oh, EFA, you're leaving? Okay. That's fine. You just don't care. I get it. That's fine. No, it's actually fine. Have a good one. So yes, we're just gonna go through in the order that they appear here, which I think might be in the order that appears in the whatever. What did I just do? I don't know, man. What did you just do? All right. So let's start off with Warden. I'm gonna I'm going to put Warden pretty high up there. I don't really play Warden at all. I have a little bit here and there. I struggle playing with him. But I do think like his whole vibe is really cool. Like he's really sick, and it does take a decent amount of skill to play Warden properly and to actually, you know, get going. At least I feel like you have to actually genuinely outplay your opponent with Warden to actually win. I'm actually put him in S tier just because I just think that's really important, or I think that's really cool about heroes is like needing skill. And there's definitely a lot of heroes here that don't really necessarily acquire skill. You can just kind of press buttons and you're doing all right. Conqueror. So Conqueror. I do apologize. I know my criteria is very vague, but I actually kind of like Conqueror-ish. I don't like him as much as Warden. But I do think Conqueror is like, how do I put it? Like, I know he's kind of tricky to use just because, well, now he has a roll catcher, so you can't really run away from him anymore, at least not as easily. I'm back. I was heating up soup for dinner. Nice. How is the soup? I hope it's good. But yeah, Conqueror, he's not very strong of a hero, but I do think he is very fun. At least with my time using him, he's kind of fun. So I think I'm going to keep him around B tier for now. So yeah. Again, this is not like how strong he is. I know if it were like how strong this character is, he'd probably be like down here or here, but this is just if I like the character or not. All right, Peacekeeper. I don't really. Oh, I guess I should also factor into fighting these characters. Warden. He's fun to fight. It actually feels like you have to actually like try to actually think several steps ahead. And it's kind of the way with everybody else, but with Warden it's a little bit different just because, again, Warden's kit is pretty basic, which makes like trying to fight him like actually kind of interesting because you gotta like you can tell your opponent is having to think outside the box a little bit, you know. Fighting Conqueror is not that bad. And let me just make it abundantly clear. I'm pretty sure I struggle fighting against every single hero in this game. So just keep that in mind. I'm not really that great of a player. I mean, some people say that I am. I don't really think I'm like amazing, but it's just the 3 on screen right now. Cookie Cat, who I've ranked. Peacekeeper isn't that hard to fight at all. Given as well that I am trash against Peacekeeper, I'm trash against everybody is what I'm basically trying to say, but Peacekeeper isn't as bad as a lot of these other characters are to fight. She is, I do find her annoying though still. Like I just, like I said, I struggle, but I don't struggle with Peacekeeper. Conqueror is definitely easier to fight, in my opinion, than Peacekeeper. I might keep her here. Lawbringer. I really like Lawbringer. I think he's pretty cool. His armor is immaculate. He has great gear. Different armor pieces and stuff. Warden can be kind of annoying to fight though. But I will say playing as Lawbringer 1v wars or 4v4s ranking. Also, I see your first time chatter. Thanks for hopping in. Artanios? I hope I'm pronouncing it right. 1v1s or 4v4 ranking. Honestly, so most of what I play is 4v4s. I mostly play Dominion. Sometimes I hop into duels and brawls, but most of my time is spent in Dominion. And this, by the way, is very much not like the best heroes or like the worst heroes or what are the meta heroes. This is specifically like how I feel about the heroes. So this is an ultra casual list. just to put it out there. So don't think this is like scripture of For Honor or something. Like this is super casual. But yeah, Lawbringer's kind of frustrating to fight at times, but playing him and getting those light parries, I've said this before on stream and I will say it again. In my personal opinion, Lawbringer has the most satisfying light parry punish. It is insanely fun. Just bringing that axe down, you know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness, it feels very satisfying to get a light parry punish with this character. Honestly, that alone, and getting off those unblockable heavies when they're not expecting it is very fun. And his default emote is very funny. It is. But Conker's is iconic. Conker's default emote is incredible. The like, rah, 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 rah. Honestly, if people start emoting on me and it's Conqueror, I just can't help but laugh because the emote is too funny, dude. But yeah, so I'm putting Lawbringer there for now. Like he's kind of annoying to fight, but he's fun to fight as. And just in general, his drip is incredible. And same with Warden. Warden's drip is amazing. Conqueror's drip, from what I've seen, it's kind of like, it's nothing really special. Hers is great, but again, it's just like, it's kind of like, not, playing as her is like kind of, I feel like tricky at times, at least for me, but, alright, Raider. How do I feel about Raider? So, well, okay, I'm not placing him here yet. I'm not placing him here. Before I put him somewhere, just let it be known I do struggle with lights. And I still kind of struggle with dealing with soft feints sometimes. So that being said, Raider for me can be very annoying to deal with. Simply because I'm just not incredible at the game. I would say I'm better than like a noob, but like I'm not like incredible. I'm not that good. So, but at the same time though, like Raider can kind of be, it kind of depends on the player, because some Raiders are really easy to beat while other Raiders are, like if a Raider all he does is light spam, easy to deal with because you can just kind of, maybe you can get hit by one light, but then I'm usually able to react to, or at least read where the next light's going. But if they're actually a good Raider, it can be very frustrating to fight them. Maybe I'll put him right here at C. Because it kind of, again, it depends on who you're fighting. If it's a good player, then it's tough. But if not, then... Yo, my wife hates me gaming. Welcome back. How's it going? It's going great. I'm ranking For Honor characters based off of strictly how much I like them, and that's it. I'm just... I've never been able to like make my own tier lists and put them out there into the world, so I'm doing that today. and last week I did too, but yeah, I'm finally able to do this type of thing, so I'm doing it. Warlord. Warlord's just really boring. At least I find him boring. It's just bash light. You know, like backstep light into heavy. That's like, or backstep heavy, which is a. I watch a lot of Kenzo, and he's a Warlord main, and he definitely is like a beast with Warlord. And I like watching him play Warlord, but I just cannot play him. He's like super straightforward. So Snorlord. That's actually I like that nickname. I actually really like that nickname, Snorlord. I might have to start using that if with your permission. Do I have your permission to use Snorlord in my regular vocabulary when describing Warlord? Did I say lick name? I didn't think I said lick name. Warlord though, I think I'm gonna put. You did for a second. Oh, okay. Well, fighting Warlords though are not horrible. Most definitely. Thank you. I appreciate you granting me permission. Thank you very much. But yeah, Warlords aren't super difficult to fight all the time. I don't find them that annoying. But he is still like a very boring character. I don't know. I don't really like playing with him. It's hard. See, making a tier list where there's not really a very strict like system of like what I'm ranking it off of. It makes it harder. I think I'll put him at B for now, just because he's not that. You know, you should rename the categories sometime. I might. But for this one, it's hard to do that because it's such a broad way I'm ranking things, you know? I don't know. All right, Berserker. I struggle very hard against Berserker. Berserker, like again, I struggle with fainting heavies into lights. It's hard for me to put up with them a decent amount of the time. And Berserker on top of that also has hyper armor, so maybe you do read like, oh, I need to dodge attack here. He will still like just power through that and hit you anyways. Playing Berserker is kind of fun. But wait, you know what? Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make 2 tier lists tonight. One will be playing against the hero. One will be playing against the hero, and the other one will be playing as the hero. Even though I haven't really played as most of these here. Actually, no, we're just stick with playing against the hero. So let's see if anything changes. This stays there. I like fighting wardens. Lawbringers. Maybe that'll be there. That'll stay there, I think. Maybe this will go up. Peacekeeper might go up. She's not that hard to fight. Raiders definitely staying there. I don't like fighting against Berserkers, but I don't think they're the worst to play against. Like I guess you could argue that any trash player, no matter what hero they're playing, is going to be easy to play against. But with Berserker, that's kind of not true because, again, all that hyper armor and stuff. So I think I'll keep him there. Valkyrie. If all they know how to do is press the light button, they're super easy to fight against. But players that are actually know what they're doing, they can be very frustrating to fight. Cause like if all they do is press light, it's super easy because it's just the 3 lights, and most of the time I'm able to parry or at least block the second one. But it's just a lot of her tools are just very hard to figure out what to do with, like or how to fight against, like her all guard, her bash, and then her sweep. They can just be a little difficult, I think, for me personally to like try to figure out how to go against them and stuff. But I don't think they're as bad as Berserker personally. So I mean, I think I'll keep her here. Kensei, I like fighting Kenseis. Because again, it's like one of those characters where, Kensei actually has a pretty good kit. I personally think he has a good kit. And a Kensei who utilizes the whole kit, it's really fun to fight. And then there's like the light spamming Kenseis and the dodge spamming Kenseis that are like easy to fight against, kind of. So I think I would keep Kensei like right here. Kensei's kind of fun because you got to try to figure out what they're doing and try to predict how they're gonna play when they're good. It makes for an interesting fight. Would I put this guy in S tier? I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like fighting Kenseis a decent amount. I'll keep him here for now. Shugoki. Fighting against the Shugoki, bro, is super annoying. He's very frustrating. Because of that, variably timed heavies, the headbutts, hyper armor, and just, playing as Shugoki is fun though. Especially if you play like me, where I just try to go for as many hugs as humanly possible. I know a lot of people will probably give me hate for that. I don't care. Shugoki's fun to play that way, okay? But yeah, Shugoki, playing against the Shugoki is rough. It is very annoying. But there are definitely ways of fighting a Shugoki and doing really well. But if a Shugoki knows what they're doing, and even if they don't, they still just, do whatever and they win pretty much. Orochi, believe it or not, I'd probably put Orochi in D or C. The thing is, a lot of Orochis that I fight are just straight up like kind of brain dead a little bit. Like they don't really like think a whole lot about what they're doing. A lot of them are very flinchy. Like the second they see red, they dodge attack or they like, do something else. So I also farted right now. So I don't really know. He can also just be a pest, though, at the same time. I definitely prefer fighting Orochis over Berserkers. I think I'll keep Nobushi. Nobushi is, again, if they're just a light spamming Nobushi, it's not that bad. Because again, like if they throw a light and then throw another one, most of the time I'm able to like react in time to whatever direction they're throwing the next light attack. And I know a lot of people say that a lot of Nobushi's kit is super reactable. But let me just remind you, this is not this is not a high level tier list. This is a super casual tier list, at least for me. And while I do say I can react to lights, there's still a lot of her kit that is just very, I still cannot react to it super well. So I kind of struggle a little bit against Nobushi, but also not really. But I will say in Dominion, she can be a huge pest because of putting bleed and stuff on opponents. And I have definitely gotten annoyed at some Nobushis just spamming bleed stack on me, and it's just like, oh my gosh, where'd my health bar go? I think I think I'll keep her in B. I guess maybe I should name these tiers. I can't type. Blast to play. I don't know why I capitalized that. A blast to play against. Fun to play against. Why? Wait. Why is it? Why is it not centered? I forgot the shortcut for centering text. Okay, it wasn't that. Okay, whatever. We'll keep it that way. Average. Kinda annoying. A pain. Accept the L. This is what I'll do. Yeah, I don't know why A, for some reason, A tier just wants to, like... What did I say this one? Fun to play. I don't know why it's doing that. I'll just type fun. Whatever. Okay. Now we have some more context here. Centurion. A blast. And I might be biased because that Cent is my main. But he is a blast to play against. He just trying to predict everything he does, trying to outdo him, It is very fun to play against Cent, in my opinion. And again, that might be because I just know his kit better because I use this guy a lot. But yeah, trying to predict when he's gonna, feint his bash versus like, holding it versus just throwing a quick jab. It's just very, and when he's gonna throw is unblockable. It's very he's got a lot of tools, and I think that's why I find it fun. And I also feel like, coming from someone who has played and really enjoys playing like Street Fighter and like, traditional fighters, I feel like he's kind of the closest in the entire roster to like an actual fighting game character. Like a traditional fighting game character. He kind of feels the closest, at least to me. He's definitely the closest we have to like a melee character. Well, I mean, they're all melee characters, but like, empty-handed, like no weapon. Like just these fists. You know what I'm saying? Like just fists. He's like the closest that we have in the game to a character like that, which is I think why I gravitated towards him a lot. I saw how he played, and I'm like, oh, I gotta hop on him. It was like love at first sight, honestly. I saw Cent, and I was like, I gotta play him. But that's beside the point. Playing against him kind of gives me that same feeling of fighting an opponent like a traditional fighter. So I really like playing against Cent. Shinobi. I don't. He's like between these two for me. I knew you loved scent more than me. Very true. No, I'm kidding. uh. Oh, where on Earth? Shinobi is very much like. I think I've lost to Shinobis more than I've beaten Shinobis. Like, if I'm gonna be honest, Shinobis are very slippery, and again, I'm terrible at when people faint. You can use that against me as well if you're watching and we end up going against each other someday. Feel free, faint as many attacks as you want against me. It only means that I'll get practice dealing with it. So, anyways, yeah, I find Shinobi very slippery and very annoying to fight. It's almost to the point where, yeah, I kind of at that point I'm just like, all right, you know what, I lose. That's fine. He just has, again, he has undodgeables, unblockables, he has bashes, and I find it very hard for me to react to the kick bash after his like flippy dippy move. I find it very hard to react to that versus his unblockable side heavies from that. I have trouble reacting to that. I know it's a skill issue, but yeah, I kind of just accept the L when I fight Shinobis. And honestly, kind of the same for Gladiator too. Gladiator, oh my word, he is so infuriating because he can go into unblockable, into bash, unblockable, into guard break, throw the unblockable altogether. Like he has so much. And again, people say they can easily react to the unblockable because of the animation. I'm not that good, so. But I definitely struggle against Gladiator. I don't know if, well, some Gladiators are really stupid, and then they're not as bad. I feel like I'm going to have a lot of characters and accept the L, honestly. There's a lot of characters I struggle with everyone on the roster, but there's certain characters that I struggle with a lot. So, I might keep him here, at least for now. Highlander. I might put him in Pain. Because he's not, like, I definitely feel like I can at least somewhat hold my own against Highlanders, but I've definitely died a lot to Highlanders, but at the same time, I feel like there's a lot of similarities in how a lot of Highlanders play. I mean, there's also a lot of similarities to how these people play, but for some reason, Highlander just feels a little different, like a tiny bit easier. Yeah, I don't know. And trying to predict when they kick and when they don't. Dealing with the lights, in my experience, has been kind of annoying, but also there have been times where I've been able to get around it at times. So I've had him put him in a Pain for now. He's still very painful to play against, but Shaman, except the L. I really do not like playing against Shaman. I'm actually put her at the very last. Shaman to me is insanely annoying. Like, it's to the point where, for some reason, more than any other character, I have a hard time reacting to her zone. I don't know why. And I swear sometimes I block her like bleed stab attack. There's times where I feel like I'm blocking it or parrying in time, and I just cannot do it, or I just don't. So Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll keep her here. She's just is insanely annoying to me to play against. I kind of just, whenever I see a shaman, I'm like, well, I'll probably lose. Aramusha. I might put him around here between fun and average. Maybe I'll put him in fun. Aramusha's fun to play against. Because again, with his stuff, he's very like mix up heavy and stuff, and trying to figure out how to like is he gonna throw a light or a heavy next? Is he gonna like feint something? Is he gonna do something else? Is he gonna like soft feint something? He's very interesting to play against, personally. And I kind of just have an easier time playing against him, for whatever reason. There's definitely been times where I've been messed up by an Aramusha, but yeah, I don't know. He's kind of fun to fight. I also don't feel like he's that threatening, at least to me. I'm not really super. I mean, I've definitely lost to Aramushas a decent amount, but I still don't really feel super threatened by Aramushas when I see one. Tiandi. He's definitely insanely painful to play against for me. I cannot react to his lights. I don't know what it is. I can't react to his lights. There's plenty of other characters here that I can react to their lights, but Tiandi, I just can't do it. I might also put him in Accept the L. You might come away from seeing this saying that I am really bad at For Honor, and I agree. I agree. I'm not really the greatest at this game. I love this game, and there's definitely characters that I don't struggle with as much, but I do have a hard time. I almost want to put him in here. I feel like a lot of times I go up against a Tiandi, I just get absolutely wrecked. So, Zheng Jun. I hate Zheng Jun a lot. I can't stand Zheng Jun. He's definitely one of my least favorite characters, but at the same time, he's not like. It's so weird. There was a time where I really didn't like Zheng Jun. I feel like he would just be kind of a pain. I'm gonna change this to just pain. Maybe it'll be like this instead. I think that makes more sense. Yeah, because Gladiator, I mean, I've definitely had more success against Gladiator than this guy, than Zheng Jun. But yeah, JJ's just. I'm going to lose, like, just straight up. Like, I am so weak against JJ. I never know what to do. But yeah. Nusha, another character I cannot react to her lights. But she's only kind of annoying. I might actually put her in average. I don't really find her that threatening, to be honest. There have been times where I've gotten messed up from like a good Nusha, but the times where I've fought a good Nusha are kind of more rare for me. The times where I fight Nusha, she's not that annoying to fight against. So I'll just put her in there for now. Shaolin. I say Pain. And also, I don't necessarily think these are in any order. It's just these aren't in order. I mean, I kind of started ordering these ones, but the order doesn't necessarily matter. But yeah, I think Shaolin will go here. I was tempted to put him in Accept the L, but I don't think so. he's definitely a pain in the butt to play against, and he's also, I think, the other character in this game where he shares a lot more in common with like traditional fighting games, specifically Tekken because of the stances and that they lead to different things. I know Highlander has that too, but it works a little differently. But yeah, so I think Shaolin is here. He definitely has a lot of really good tools. And I definitely have been messed up a lot by Shaolins, but I think he's fine to sit right here. Black Prior as well, a pain. His shield and the thing is, if I fight like a really bad Black Prior or like an average Black Prior, he's not that bad. Because I've ran into a lot of Black Priors where they just like sit in all guard and it's their free guard break. But then there's other players where they do sit in their all guard and they're able to react to getting guard broken and throw the unblockable. And that to me is where it gets like very painful to fight them. Especially because even just from a little bash, they could just flip you. It's like, ugh. You know, like I don't really like playing against Black Priors very much. Jormungandr. Maybe average. I don't find them that annoying. Yeah, I don't really find them that annoying. I don't know why I'm yawning. It's not even that late. But yeah. It's kind of easy to figure out what they want to do. They just want to get the hammer slam, so you just kind of like dodge or dodge attack, or sometimes you just stare at it. You can kind of tell, at least for me, it's easier to tell when they want to feint something versus when they just want to throw it. I don't know why. For Jormungandrs, it's easy for me to like kind of predict what they're gonna do next. Storm isn't that bad. There's times where they can be a bit annoying, but they're not bad. Hitakiri. I guess, yeah, I said it doesn't matter where they go. Except the L. Hitakiri, it could just literally press whatever they want, do whatever they want, and get away with it pretty much for the most part. Hitakiris are... And a lot of the community would probably agree with me that Hitakiri is insanely annoying. And, you know, kind of just spells disaster. If they're a really, like, dumb Hitakiri, they're super easy to fight because all you need to do is just hit them with an indicator, feint it, they'll dodge attack, and you get a free light or a free heavy. So, but yeah. At the same time, though, a lot of times you can kind of just get away with blocking their heavies and then just kind of like try to look out for the kick. So at times they can be really easy to fight, but the Hitakiris that really know what they're doing, they're very like they're pretty much just like, well, I guess I lost this one. Actually, me personally, I might put him in pain just because, again, as long as you can block, you're fine. And then react to his stuff. But even then, yeah, I don't know. If they're good, they can definitely mess you up. It's just a lot of people that play Hitakiri know that they're playing a strong hero, so a lot of times they'll play more relaxed and not think as much, which makes them make a lot of really dumb mistakes and play not as... They don't mix you up as much, I should say. Xanu. I do not like fighting Xanus. I'm very bad against them. I can't react to the dodge to her or his dodge attacks. I don't know if I would say except the L though. Maybe I would. Yeah, I don't know. Zanu's kind of rough. Uh, the fact that both of her heavy finishers and her light finishers are unblockable. The fact that both of her light finishers and heavy finishers are unblockable is like insanely annoying to me. Um, light unblockables fine. Heavy unblockables, like, for some reason I fall for them all the time. I don't know what it is. I just always fall for the heavy unblockables. And then I get guard broken and then I die. Um, but yeah, Zanus have, at least in my opinion, from my experience, they have pretty good tools and they can be frustrating to fight. I lose to a lot of Zanus. Warmonger. I'm gonna say kind of annoying. I think. Maybe? I think I'll keep her in kind of annoying. The reason why I'd put her in kind of annoying is they changed up how her lights work now. I think her lights are no longer like enhanced lights. Is that correct? Is it all of her lights are no longer enhanced lights or only like certain ones? I don't remember. But that change really made it easier for me to fight her. And then on top of that, I mean, the only thing that's really annoying is like her bash. But if you make the right reads like on her bashes, you're pretty much fine. At least in my opinion. I don't really struggle too much against her. I mean, she's kind of annoying still, but I don't know. She's okay. I'll keep her in kind of annoying. Griffin. I'm kind of tempted to put Griffin in fun to fight against. Would I keep him in there? I think I would. I don't know what it is. I always found fighting a Griffin kind of fun. And I think it's because of the fact that, again, his tools are kind of what am I trying to say? His tools force you to make predictions that, I mean, all these characters are forced predictions, but like with Griffin, it's more like there's a lot of, like, his tools cover a lot of different things. They did the knife faction dirty. The fact that so few of them have no hyper armor or dodgeable attacks or uniqueness to them, as opposed to whatever they smoked to create the Asian heroes or the Outlander faction. That I can agree with. A lot of the knights are kind of like, they're the ones that have the armor. They like look armor here, armor there, armor there. Where the other knights at? I lost him. Armored, armor. I mean, there's no armor on this guy, so it wouldn't make any sense. But yeah, a lot of them have like some heavy armor, and they don't have hyper armor. I mean, didn't they give Lawbringer hyper armor though? I'm pretty sure they did. I could be wrong though. I don't know. I know some of them do, but it's only on certain moves. Where like with Berserker and like Hitakiri and Shugoki, they got hyper armor for days. So yeah, sorry. I don't know if like I thought at one point he didn't have as much hyper armor, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. But yeah. Oh, you said after 8 years. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Like I don't know how he didn't have hyper armor for that long when he's like the most heavily armored knight in the entire faction. That makes zero sense to me. But yeah. It is kind of wild that some of these heroes that don't even have much going on, like Hitakiri, Berserker, Highlander, Raider. They got like barely any armor on them, and they got the most hyper armor in the game. It's kind of nuts. And Yorm as well has some decent amount of hyper armor. But yeah, Griffin, I feel like his tools are kind of fun to fight against. Trying to predict, like, is he going to throw the unblockable after his light 1-2, or is he going to throw the heavy to trade you with you if you dodge attack? You know, like, is he going to go for the kick? He's very interesting to fight against, and I find him kind of enjoyable to fight. Kyoshin. I almost want to put him in average. Like, it's really funny fighting against Kyoshins that, like, clearly just picked him up or picked up For Honor. And they're like, oh, like, dude, I'm going to hit him with the Kaze stance and throw the light. And it's like, I pretty much am always having my guard on the left side because I'm predicting a light. A Kaze light. Like, I don't know, man. But at the same time, there have been several Kyoshins that have destroyed me. So I would kind of put them in average. All Kyoshins kind of have the same flow, kind of. So I feel like they're more easy to figure out what they want and what they want to do. And what they're trying to get. So I feel like average is where I would put Kyoshin right now. Pirate is pain, man. Pirate is so painful to fight. I realize most of I have so much in pain and except the L right here. But, you know, whatever. But yeah, Pirate. Pirate is very painful. She has so many tools that are like unblockables or bashes. Well, maybe not bashes. Bashes are more like in chains. I mean, she does have some that aren't like necessarily in chain, but she has a lot of unblockables. From just straight up like neutral. Like with Scent, you gotta like either land or whiff an attack to get his unblockable. Where like with Pirate, just dodge forward heavy or dash forward heavy and you got an unblockable. And then on top of it, you can go into another unblockable, which can also lead into a bash if she whiffs that. Like it's, she's got a lot of crazy stuff going on. But I mean, at the same time though, Pirates aren't as painful as these ones in my opinion, in my experience. Pirates are kind of, as long as you're sharp, you can take out a pirate, in my opinion. Magi. Where would I put Magi? I kind of like playing as Magi, but that's not the list we're making right now. You know what? I'm gonna put Magi in here, maybe? And kind of annoying? I almost feel like there's too many tiers. I think it's fine. I'm too far in now to like make that drastic of a change. Maybe I'll put him in average. Magi is average to fight. He's it's kind of just, I think his what am I trying to say? Hold on. Let me pause for a second. I'm trying to figure out what I want to say about Magi. A lot of Magi players kind of just want to keep chaining attacks. From my experience, so like for the most part, if he throws a heavy, you can kind of expect a light right after. and if he throws a light, you can kind of expect a heavy. So like, I feel like you can make a lot of correct predictions against Magi if they're poo poo enough. um, with that being said, though, a good Magi even still might struggle a little bit to get something going, at least in my experience. I think I'll put him here for now, maybe in kinda annoying. Yeah. No, I'll keep him in average. He's kind of just like, if I see a Magi, I'm not like super worried about it, but Afira, I'm accepting the L for sure with Afira. I cannot deal with Afira. And it's 100% a skill issue, I know. I cannot do anything. Whenever I expect the bash, I get hit with the unblockable. Whenever I expect the unblockable or like another like attack, I get bashed. Whenever I expect something, she throws another thing. She throws the different thing that I'm not expecting. And also she has that feat where she like throws you to the ground. So she fills me with a fear. Yeah, you know what? I can't believe I read that out loud. But yeah, I would put Afira right here. I cannot deal with her at all. I just cannot. I can't deal with her. Yeah, I don't know. Afira is very painful to fight against for me. Ocelotl. I feel like he's either an accept the L or pain. One of these two. Oh man, I don't know what to do for Ocelotl. I almost want to put him in accept the L. Again, Ocelotls just have a lot of tools, and his lights are very fast. At least for me, I have a hard time dealing with his lights sometimes. But yeah, maybe I'll put him in here. I'll put him in pain for now. There's times where I can kind of just read an Ocelotl, but Varangian Guard, I'm gonna put in accept the L. Varangian Guard is rough to fight. And you know what? It's strictly because she's kind of safe on a lot of stuff. Like if she whiffs an attack, well, I don't know. I feel like there's some stuff where she whiffs an attack, she can still like cancel recovery into her all guard. I could be wrong about that, but either way, I feel like she's just safe on a lot of her stuff. Like I don't know. I feel like she's kind of a pain to fight. Like she's super like, and anytime I see a Varangian Guard, I start quaking in my boots. I'm like, uh-oh. If I'm the only one on this point, I'm gonna lose this point, you know. Then her lights are hard to react to for me. Sohei. Sohei's kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I like fighting Soheis. I'm gonna put Kensei in S as well. I think Kensei's fun to fight. Like I think he's super fun to fight against. Yeah, Sohei I think is fun to fight against. I think again it's one of those things where if you're able to like figure out what souls he needs, you're able to defend pretty well. But also he could be like, hey, I know that you know that I need this last soul, so I'm gonna throw a bunch of attacks that aren't that last soul. But you gotta try to predict that he's gonna do that, which can be hard, or especially since those lights that get the souls are kind of fast. But at the same time, though, he's not that difficult to fight either. Sometimes, I have gotten tagged a lot by his zone because I was expecting him to like feint into a guard break or something, but he throws his zone instead, and I get slapped around by that zone a decent amount. So I think he's fun though. Khatoon, I am trash against Khatoon. I cannot do much against Khatoon at all. Like, I don't know. Like, there's so many times where I just don't know what I'm supposed to do when she's running at me. Like, do I guard break? Is she going to read that and throw an attack so that I bounce off? Is she going to, deflect me? Like, I don't know, man. Like, Khatoon is kind of a pain to fight. And I'm pretty sure most of the times that I fought a Khatoon, I lose. I would guarantee you, I don't think I've ever beaten a Khatoon. At least to my knowledge. I don't think I've ever beaten a Khatoon. All of these people, I have beaten in a fight. But Khatoon, I don't think I've ever beaten in a fight. I definitely don't like some of these characters more, but Khatoon I cannot deal with her. And I know it's a skill issue. All right, now the new hero that everyone seems to hate, They spelled Virtuosa wrong. Virtuosa. This might be a bit of a shock, considering how trash I am at this game and how much I'm showing how trash I am at this game. I think Virtuosa is only kinda annoying. I'm not really super bothered by Virtuosas. One Easy, what's up, man? Welcome on in. How goes it? It goes well. Ranking heroes based off of how I like fighting them. And yeah. I don't know how much I like this list right now, but whatever. How goes it for you though, man? I hope you're doing well. And thanks for hopping into the stream. I appreciate it a lot. But yeah, Virtuosa for me, like yes, her lights are fast. Yes, her stance can be annoying, but like a lot of dealing with Virtuosa is keeping her is keeping her from going into her stance. If you can keep her from going into her stance, she's not that hard to fight against. And even if she's one of those people that's just chucking a bunch of lights at you from her stance, like you can just parry one of the lights. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. She's. I've definitely gotten rocked by him, but. Hey, One Easy, thank you very much for subscribing with Twitch. I appreciate it.
Subscribed.
What an absolute legend. Thank you very much, One Easy. I appreciate you a lot. Thanks for the Twitch, for the Prime sub. Finally got your Prime. Hey, let's go, dude. That's hype. I'll drink to that. I'll drink my Sprite tea to that. But yeah, I think Virtuosa is only kind of annoying. There have been several times where Virtuosa is just sitting in their stance and you just guard break them and then they're like, huh, what? Oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. I don't know. Also, I haven't experienced this in game yet, but I know that her dodge attack got nerfed. It's slower a little bit, and it's easier to react to. So, I don't know. I only think she's kind of annoying, but. And yeah, there you have it, guys. This is literally. Also, just realized you hit 160 followers. Congrats. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, we finally hit it. I'm pretty hyped about it. Now all I ask is let's get 170, baby. Let's get 170. Then after that, 180, and then 190. You know what, guys? We got to catch up to YouTube. My YouTube has 181 subscribers. We need to catch up, chat. We need to catch up on Twitch. We need to get this Twitch to 180. I mean, ideally, I'd like a lot of followers on Twitch and YouTube, but small goals at a time is how we get there. So, yes, let's catch up with YouTube, shall we? 200? I'd love that 200. Let's get me there, guys. Let's get us there. I would like to be able to do content creation full time at some point in my life. So that's the dream, and that's what I'm working towards. So any little bit of progress is good progress. So, but yeah, thanks again. Full time would be lit. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. But yeah, this is the tier list. This is truly what this tier list actually is just a showcase of how bad I am. Like, look at how many are in except the L, bro. I have so many in here. Like, I'm so weak against so many characters. As I've said thousands of times, I'm weak against every character on the roster, but these, how many are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These 9 characters here, I like, bruh. I struggle against these, and these two, maybe like this half. This half is like not as bad for me, but this half is like terrible. But Silmiferon, is that how you pronounce it? Thank you very much for the follow. Slowly but surely getting to the 200. Thank you very much for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Silmiferon. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. I think that's how it is. I was going to say Slimeferon, but I realized it's Silmiferon. That's right? Great. Awesome. One of the few ways to pronounce it right. Okay. Is that supposed to trip people up? First time chatter as well. Thanks for joining, man. I appreciate it a lot. Man or woman or whatever. Thank you for joining. But yes. So this right here is most people say slime. Yeah, I'm sure. It very much looks like it's supposed to trick people. But yes, so this is truly showing how trash I am at this game, I think, more than anything. We got a lot in here. We got a lot in here. Kind of annoying is actually less than I expected. Average is, there's more in except the L than an average. That's insane. But yeah, obviously bias is right here. I mean, I love Scent, so. But yeah, I think this is my official list for this is a tier list of how it is to fight against these characters. When are we getting a 24-hour stream? Oh geez. When I feel like I can actually be able to pull that off. I am a very busy person outside of streaming. I have a job, I have a girlfriend, I have I have a lot going on. Yeah, maybe when I'm full time. But hey, if we can, you know what, chat? All right. I'll do this. If we can hit like, oh, I didn't even think about this. You know what? Maybe I'll need to get back to you on that. See, the thing is, for me, I love streaming a lot and I love content creation. I love the journey that it's been, but like doing a 24-hour stream sounds insane. Like, I feel like I would die. I already tried a longer stream one time and I was like dying. It was like, oh, how long ago was it? It was years ago. It was when I was in college. I was doing a stream where I was trying to get to round 100 on a zombies map. And I had been going for like, oh, I don't even know. It was a long time. And at one point I just said, you know what, guys? I can't do this. I'm just going to die and then go to sleep. And then I did that. I think the Black Ops 6 stream that I did, that was a long one, wasn't it? Cookie Cat, I know you were there for that one. How long was that stream? I feel like that was a super long stream. That had to have been like, I don't know. Like, was it double digits in hours? Yeah, it was like a 9 or 10 hour stream. And that's not even half of a 24-hour stream. So, You know what? I'll think about it. I'll think about what needs to be done in order to do a 24-hour stream. I'll think about it and I'll let you know. I'll let you know what needs to happen to do a 24-hour stream. But until that happens, the growth has been great, and I appreciate all of you guys for supporting me, even if it's not, with a sub. Just the fact that you're here watching and enjoying the content is great. And if you do like the content, please at least give me a follow. That's all I ask. You know what I'm saying? I just need a follow. That's all I ask. We're trying to get to 200 now. We're trying to get to 200 followers on Twitch. We need to catch up to YouTube. YouTube is ahead of the game right now. So let's try to catch up. Yeah. This is my final tier list though. I feel pretty good about it. I mean, I don't feel pretty good about it because this just shows me how much I'm lacking in the game right now. Like, there's a lot that are here. So, need to step up my game on For Honor, you know what I mean? But that's fine. I just play to have fun. I play to vibe. That's what matters most to me. So, but yeah. Whew. That was kind of nuts because at first I didn't even know what this ranking was even like for. So I had to figure that out as I was going. But I do think next stream I will rank these based off of how they are to pull. Well, no, I haven't played a lot of these, so I can't even really do that properly. But that's my ranking, though, how it is to fight these characters. Let me know what you guys think. I'm sure that I will get roasted a lot in the comments for how trash I am. That's fine. I know I'm not really that great. That's okay. I'm vibing, Also, let me know what your thoughts are on what characters are hard for you to fight against and what characters are easy for you to fight against and that are fun. Also, guys, if you do like this, if you're on Twitch, make sure you follow. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. Also, if you're on Twitch, consider subscribing as well, like One Easy did. He's an absolute goat. But if you guys are liking the streams a lot, and you want to support me financially, you can always subscribe. That'd be great. You can subscribe with Prime or not with Prime, whatever. I'm currently working on getting emotes. I'm talking to a friend right now who is a graphic designer, and we'll see what happens with that. But hopefully, I'll be getting Twitch emotes soon, running. But yeah. Also, make sure to leave a like if you're on YouTube. Please leave a like on the video. That'd be appreciated. And yeah, with all that being said, peace out, guys. Have a good one.